Sure.
Rhiannon rings like a bell a bell through the night. Wouldn't you love to love her? Takes to the sky like a bird in flight. And who will be her lover? All her life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win?
I don't know. But maybe the Nerdy 30s could win.
The Nerdy 30s can totally win.
Which, that was a musical
rendition.
That was a cover. It was beautiful, and I feel like the sounds, the tones really blended well.
Everything
together.
meshed, and it was just this glorified beauty
I was
of
playing
delicious.
The music box, which I have been informed is a karimba.
Karimba.
Chris O'Donnell.
Yes. Well, it's spelled kalimba, but it's actually an R sound. It's a instrument from Africa, and it's super freaking cool.
I'm a professional.
And they play it in the what's his head song? Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, which I can kind of play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt it. It's not gonna go well. Nope. That's it. That's the note.
I'm in love with the shape of boobs.
Come be my lady. I don't know the words here. This
Boobs.
song. I don't know how to play the rest of it.
That was great.
Thank you. I don't even know the words.
So you're probably sitting to yourself and being like, well, what the hell is this episode about? And
are they going to talk about Fleetwood Mac again?
Well,
are they
yes,
going to? Is Erin going to like geek out about Lindsey Buckingham for an hour?
Not Lindsey Buckingham.
Possibly.
She'll find a way to work him in. But again, like we have said in previous episodes, like the Drag Race episode, Erin wants to bring her knowledge of pop culture up to the modern time, since we are 30-year-olds that are stuck in the 90s.
Forever.
So,
forever young, we're gonna be.
So she knows that I like spooky stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'm always talking about American Horror Story.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, maybe.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Keep going.
Maybe hold off. Erin just ran off to go check on a cat. This is part of our weekly ritual of podcasting. Don't you hear her yelling? Like, bad kitty. Bad kitties. He's defying his mother. And here he comes to make a cameo appearance.
He's like, my bad, fools, my bad. I didn't mean to be such an a-hole. Get upstairs. Come on. You little butthole.
But anyway,
I love you.
as I was saying, I was probably on the skeptical side of letting her watch American Horror Story because she's not very good with really spooky ooky things.
No, I puke.
Spooky or gory. Like we watched The Babysitter and she was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And that's like more of a funny movie than a scary movie.
I laugh hysterically the whole time if I see people getting cut up because, like, I don't know if that's just how I react to scary things where I'm like,
But it was funny because it was like, oh, my boob!
That was really funny.
But American Horror Story is just, it's very gory and very sexual, and most of the seasons are very dark.
Yeah.
But there is one season in particular that I knew would resonate with Erin because it hits all those sweet spots. It's got kind of like an X-Men vibe to it.
Which I love X-Men.
It's got witches.
Which I love witches.
It's got Stevie Nicks
Which I
all the
love
time.
Stevie Nicks.
And that's Coven, which is my favorite season. So we started watching. We watched 2 episodes. Erin loves it because, you know, Stevie Nicks and witches.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
She says all the time, she's like, I'm not a witch. She's like, I believe in angels. And I like it when they come and they save people. And I'm like, honey, no.
She should write a book like O.J. Simpson. Be like, I'm not a witch, but if I was
a witch,
here's some spells that I would do.
I would be pulled by the moon.
Here's what these song lyrics mean in a witchy context.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I think she has like an alter ego where on stage...
Like Sasha Fierce.
Yeah, it's like Sasha Fierce. On stage, she's Rhiannon. She's the witchy woman of the West. The witchy woman of the West. And then like when she goes home, she's like, I'm into New Age stuff, which is literally just being like a witch.
So she's just a witch 100% of the time, is what you're saying?
Yes.
She's got an alter ego, but she's also still a witch.
She is. She just denies it to herself. Because let's face it, all you New Age people, you're like, I can control the universe by burning candles. And I put essential oils on things. We're medicine women. It's true. But back in the day, medicine women would have been burned at the stake.
I've had so much essential oils thrown at me since
That's
I
right.
started hanging out there again. She's just like, oh, you have a back cramp? Here's some oil.
I'm like, let me pour this on your back for
Let
you.
me chant and burn this sage in a circle.
That was awesome when we did that.
Around you.
That's when your grandma came.
I know.
That was super cool.
I know. And then we went to the Scarefest, and then we had a psychic be like, you have a lady ghost following you around. I'm like,
I wonder if we conjured her up on accident.
well, then I had like health problems like a week later.
Yeah. Well, we conjured her for a reason then. Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, honey, something's happening here.
Save him!
Save my little boy! And I was like, honey, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. I don't know why I'm saying honey so much.
And we did.
But it feels right.
Yeah.
It just feels right. So, first impressions of American Horror Story Coven. I like it. I do. It's not nearly as gory as I was expecting it to be, which is this. You told me this was a tame season.
It is. It's still has some dark, like gory and like sexual things happen, but compared to the other ones where it's just like, oh, just rape with drills and stuff. Because there's
what?
Yeah, in the hotel season with Lady Gaga, there's a monster that has a drill for a penis that just rapes boys.
Oh, there's this video game that I think that you would like. So it's called Heavy Rain. And
I've heard of it. I've watched.
I was really good at playing this game, I'm just going to say. Because I know how to get away from bad guys.
Yes.
And I also know how to be the bad guy. But that's a different story because I'm not going to tell you about that because it will ruin the game for you. But there is this like downloadable content where the chick, I can't think of what her name is, she's like a detective, not a detective, she's a news reporter, and she's like going to some guy's house to follow up on a case that she's doing. She's like, I'm gonna write the coolest thing for the newspaper ever. So she's a journalist, that's the word I was looking for. But anyway, so she goes to this place and the guy's like, would you like a drink? So the first time I play, I'm like, no, fool, I don't want your drink. But in order to get the trophy and to find out what would happen if I got the drink, the second time I played it, and I got the drink and I passed out and I woke up on an operating table with my hands bound and he was coming at me with a drill for my vagina. That's why I think you would like that game because drills and vaginas.
Well, in American Horror Story, it was drills and butts.
Oh,
because it's in the first episode of the hotel, and I forget. It's one of the guys from New Girl.
Schmidt? Nick?
Yes.
Schmidt. I love Schmidt.
He plays like this bleach blonde, like strung out, like little punk rock boy.
That's awesome.
And he gets drugged, and he gets like raped by the drill monster.
Oh no, poor Schmitty.
Yeah. I mean, he's a minor character. Happens in like the first 15 minutes of the show, but
so he's like a cameo. He just kind of comes in. It's like Drew Barrymore in the beginning of Scream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
But that's
he's also on Bob's Burgers. He plays the pop star Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
There's
really
another
good.
game that's like that. That Heavy Rain. I mean, there's lots of them like that. Like they're really popular now. One of my favorites is Until Dawn, which is like a horror slasher game.
That would probably make me cry.
Yeah, and like you have to make split decisions, and like if you miss buttons, or like if you
that's just like Heavy Rain.
Yeah, or if you like make the wrong choice, like it'll affect like how somebody views you later in the game, and then like they'll,
those are my favorite.
They'll lock you outside when the killer's coming and be like,
sorry,
because you were a dick to me an hour ago.
Oh man.
Yeah. But there's also another game that's by the same company. That's a party game. Like you play with like 3 or 4 other people.
Yeah.
And like you're supposed to like take a vote on what the decision is. But like there's like it's kind of like that House on Whatever Hill game that we were playing
Betrayal.
the other day, where like where like every now and then, because you have to play with your phone, like your phone and the PlayStation.
Yeah. Oh,
and
we did that with Telltale Games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like that, but it's kind of like Betrayal too, where like there's 3 to 4 players. You have to take a group consensus on which choice you're going to make.
Yeah.
But like on your phone, like every round that you play, one of the people is going to be, I guess, in terms like the betrayer, like where you're supposed to make them pick the wrong decision so that you can make the story go bad.
What?
But like you're not supposed to let the other people know. You're just supposed to be like, no, I think this is the better choice because this is what's going to happen if we do.
So you're betraying.
Yeah, you're just trying to convince them to do the dark side.
I enjoy this. I would play this game.
I forget the name of it, but it's a really cool game.
Yeah, any game where you get to decide your own fate and it changes things is so exciting. Like on Heavy Rain, if you die as that, you can play as like 5 different characters. If you die as one of the characters, that they're dead for good.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
Like Until Dawn.
My favorite character is Norman Jayden. He's a detective, and like he's got these gloves where it like lights up the ground and shows you where clues are. It's neat. Well, the gloves are connected to sunglasses, and the sunglasses actually show you where the clues are. But anyway, but he's addicted to drugs, and it's pretty amazing. So
the drugs are amazing.
So it is pretty amazing because you're sitting there and he's like jonesing, and if you don't give him the drugs, then he might die, and if you do give him the drugs, you know he's gonna die. So you're like, oh god, which one do I do? I did both.
Die.
I didn't want to kill him because he was my favorite character.
Yeah. See, that's how I get with these games, is because like I get attached to the characters, and then if I know like what choices to make to keep them alive, like I will never choose to kill them because I'm just like, I don't want to kill them.
They're my friend.
Like, because there's one character in Until Dawn that she's supposed to be like the slutty girl, like, you know, like, I'm just the slutty girl in the slasher movie.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going to protect her until the end just to defy all horror movie logic.
That
so, like,
Scream taught me.
I know. So, like, when I watch people play online, they accidentally get her killed. I'm just like, stop!
Why did you do that?
Don't!
Yeah, but surprisingly, I really haven't been scared once on this show thus far on American Horror Story. there's been a couple times, like, when they put the bull head on that guy's head, I was kind of grossed out because, number one, big dead animal. Number two, big dead animal goop on someone's face and then getting stuck in it and it smells and...
Yeah, well, I very purposely, when you said that you wanted to try to watch this show, I was like, well, this season is the tamest.
Yeah.
It's in my opinion, my favorite. A lot of American Horror Story fans don't like it because it's like tame.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I like it.
It's very character driven and I'm digging it.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, it aligns with your interests with like the witchy stuff.
Yeah, totally does.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I really like, what's her name? Nan. I like Nan a lot.
Yes. That's an actress. Her name is Jamie Brewer. She pops up on most of the seasons. She's not on every season, but she's on a lot of them. And she's always, I like how she's, I was telling you this earlier, how she's a character with Down syndrome. Well, she's an actress with Down syndrome. And
I like that they actually have someone.
Yeah, they always
who has Down syndrome playing someone with Down syndrome.
And they always, make that part of her character because, I mean, how can you not? But at the same time, they don't play her as just like this helpless person. She's always one of the smarter characters or one of the most confident characters. Like, she's a functioning adult. You don't have to hold her hand through everything.
Yeah. She's super cool too. She's clairvoyant and she can hear people's thoughts and dead people's thoughts. I wonder why she can hear Kathy Bates's thoughts. Can she hear everybody's thoughts?
I think she can just read mine because that's what she was reading. Is her name Violet? The lead character?
Yeah.
She was reading her mind when she was talking about when they were having dinner that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is she not psychic then? Because I thought she was psychic.
I think she's a mind reader and she has like some psychic abilities. I forget.
Okay.
I think she might just be telepathic.
Okay, well that's cool too. I don't even care. So that would explain why she was like, you think too much, and made Kathy Bates leave.
Yes.
So okay, that makes so much more sense now. Like I was like, what? And then I had this moment where I was like, is she hearing Kathy Bates' thoughts because she's actually supposed to be dead?
I think she's a mix of it. Like she's telepathic.
Yeah.
But she's also like, she's got like the spiritual thing where, because like she knew where to go.
Yeah.
Without having to hear her thoughts.
Yeah.
In the old.
Very intuitive.
So.
I like her. I totally dig her. And it completely helps that in this season, there's a character that is 100% me, which I'm completely cool with.
Day. She is me! Because she just shows up, she's like, I like Fleetwood Mac and animals.
So true. And then, like, these people are they're killing all kinds of alligators or crocodiles or whatever the crap. And alligators. And she's like, that's not nice. Murder. So then she brings them back to life and the alligators eat the hunter guys. That's pretty great.
And then she looks at the lake while Stevie Nicks plays in the background. She's like, okay.
Yeah. It was so good. It was so good. And she had the same exact reaction that I have when someone goes, who's Stevie Nicks? I'm like, Fleetwood Mac!
Violet, she's just like, Stevie Nicks from American Idol?
No.
And she's like, no, Stevie Nicks. She just gives her that look like, no.
She got so offended.
Stevie Nicks.
It's Stevie
Nicks.
Nicks.
Just wait, because like more, they're gonna show her more, and like she's always got a shawl, and she's gonna start spinning. And
I can't wait. I can't wait. Is she gonna conjure with a coconut? I really hope she does. This is gonna be a running gag on our podcast from now on. That one time that I watched Stevie Nicks conjure with a coconut.
I didn't even see it, but Erin had it on the big screen, and she's like, look, there's a coconut, and I looked up, and there wasn't a coconut. So
maybe I was. It was my like psychic ability. She was imagining herself with a coconut, so I saw the coconut.
Coconuts, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's not what happened at all. She had a coconut, and then Travis looked up, and she had already put it down.
She was like, Travis is looking.
Travis, look! Nope, it's gone.
She's a witch, and she knows.
She had it in her hands, and then she rubbed her hands together with the coconut, and the coconut disappeared.
What I like about this season of American Horror Story is they love Stevie Nicks so much that they base part of the plot around just Stevie Nicks' music.
So good.
Because like the final test for the witches to learn who gets to become the next Supreme is called...
Don't tell me.
Well,
you're gonna ruin
I've
it.
told you this before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Is it gonna be Stevie Nicks just like being there like, girl?
I mean, she shows up at one point, but like it's not like it's just like a cameo. It's like, I'm a witch.
Hi guys.
Give Auntie Stevie a hug. I'm a witch. No, but I've told you this. I'm not gonna like spoil everything.
Okay.
But it's like the final test is called the 7 Wonders, and then they play the 7 Wonders.
That is amazing.
Well, you're having a test and it's a montage. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Does Stevie Nicks ever talk about how awful Lindsay Buckingham was to her?
No, she just shows up. She's like, I'm a witch.
She didn't just sit down and start talking about it like she does in most interviews.
Cut. It's like what?
The deleted scenes.
Let's tell a story about Lindsay Buckingham being an asshole.
He's a terrible warlock. He's evil.
He's a witch hunter, and I hate him.
She described their relationship as being as compatible as a snake and a rat. I'm guessing Lindsay was the snake.
I don't know. Maybe Steve is a snake because snakes have been very sexy on the show so far.
Ooh la la. Mm-hmm. Ooh la la. Oh, the snakes have been sexy.
Yeah, because
there were people doing it in like a ring of snakes.
Cordelia having sex with her husband and the snakes. The promotional posters for this season was like 3 women like with snakes coming out of their mouths very sexually.
Very nice. Very nice. Now I'm pretty fascinated with what they're doing with that little boy now, like that kid now. What was his name?
Little boy?
Yeah, the guy with the blonde hair that saved the girl when she's getting raped. He's a little kid compared to us. Let's face it.
He's actually our age.
Is he really? He looks like a 5-year-old.
I think he's 31.
Oh, good job, buddy. Good work.
But no, he has a baby face, so he always plays teenagers.
Well, good for him.
So, but
I could probably play a teenager.
You could.
Maybe.
You could. And I could play like your 48-year-old uncle.
So not true. That's so not true. You look pretty young too.
It depends.
You have to shave your beard,
which I do not like doing.
Yeah.
Because I look like a baby, like a New Year's baby.
I've seen you when you look like a little baby. A little tiny baby.
I just found all of our high school pictures for theater.
Yes.
And I posted a bunch on my Facebook, and I posted a couple on our Nerdy 30s fan page as well. Because there's a lot of us together, because, we have been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
And we are children.
We're babies.
I mean, I guess we were literally, but, like, still.
we were, like, middle school and up.
Yeah.
We were little kids.
I know my favorite picture was the Hoop-Dee-Doo picture with us and the cow.
We look so stupid.
It's so cute.
It's the cutest picture. I felt so dumb. They were like fitting me for that dress, and I was like, oh god, I look like an idiot. And then when they put the bonnet on me, it was even worse. I know exactly
where that dress came from, because it was one of the seven.
It was Chelsea's, wasn't it?
It was one of the 7 Brides for Seven Brothers dresses.
Yeah, they told me that Chelsea peed in it. Like she was on stage and she couldn't get off the stage. No, it was in Quilters. She wore that. No, it was 7. No, it was 7 Brides.
Because I remember because they all had matching, but they were different colors, but it was the same pattern.
Right. But yeah, she couldn't get off the stage because she was in the middle of a scene, so she just peed herself. So I was in the pee dress.
Great.
And it was green. So it looked great on me.
It did. It was minty.
Minty green with some soft white accents. It was fascinating.
It looked really cute. I liked it.
I thought it looked dumb. And it smushed my boobs, and I was like, this feels bad. You
looked better than some of the other people.
Well, it's because my face lends itself to, like, 1800s stuff.
Because you know what? I love doing theater, and I love the costume ladies to death.
Yeah.
Well, except for one. But...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
But... I feel like, and it was like a last minute, like low budget thing, but like the costumes for that was just like crazy all over the place. Mm-hmm. It was just like, this is kind of Western, because like you had like the old settler dress on, yes. But then like the other girls were like, I am dressed to go to the Moulin Rouge at Kmart.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like,
they were like the can girl dresses.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everyone was cute. It was just not matched.
It didn't mesh. The time periods were all off. You were like in a cowboy outfit.
I know, I was like Brokeback Mountain.
You were.
It's full Brokeback Mountain.
Heath Ledger came and he was like, excuse me.
Yeah, because this was right before he died. It was 2 years before he died.
Yeah, he came.
Years.
He came and he was like, came off the train when the train pulled in, and he was like, I'm looking for Travis Lafferty. And then like,
but then I was like, I'm underage.
He was like, it's fine. Come on, help me. Come over here right now and help me load up some sheep.
I'm scared.
Onto a truck.
Please don't touch.
I don't know why I'm making Heath Ledger sound like that.
Because he sounded like that in the Batman movie.
No, he didn't.
No, he did, because he's like, oh, I'm the Joker. And he like,
you're right.
He licked his lips all the time because like, this is a character choice because my lips are split open.
It actually makes sense for him to do that, because if I have something like split open on my lip, I do constantly like, I lick it like just
it's creepy
all the time. But back to Frankenstein boy.
Yes.
So I think it's I've been calling a lot of stuff that's going to be happening on this show.
You should just say what you think is going to happen, because we're only on episode 2, and I'm trying not to spoil anything, even though she's like, what's going to happen? Is this going to happen? Tell me this is going to happen. I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't remember half the crap that I've already said, and now that it's been 10 minutes, I don't remember what happened on the show.
Well, like, he came back to, like, they're putting them back together, and you're like, it's not going to work, but she's going to kiss him, and then he's going to come back.
And then he did. after she kissed him. But then you were like, but look who's walking out back. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Misty.
Well, I mean, she was walking out back.
So, but I think it was the magical kiss. I was like, they're going to Disney it.
Mm-hmm.
They did Disney it. But I was like, oh, and then she's going to heal him. And then she's, putting mud on him that has alligator poop in it that's going to heal him.
This is the shit. Literally.
I'm pretty good with knowing what's going to happen in shows.
Yeah. Well, it's just because we're nerds and we're like studied on pop culture and we're just so like true. We can pick up patterns.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard 100%. To be spoiled with anything.
It is. Really. Like anytime I watch one of those movies that are supposed to be like, oh my god, there's a twist in the end, I always know.
Catch it.
Spoiler alert: Bruce Willis was dead.
What?
But every single time, like I knew he was dead.
Yeah.
I knew he was dead long before he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyone else knew he was dead. They revealed it. That's what I'm going for. Yeah. I don't know. Like I just always have like hunches as to what's going to happen next because it's just so plain to see in the patterns as you have put it.
Yeah. Well, it's because we're nerds. Like, like I watch so many horror movies. I'm always like, I know who the killer is already. Like, even if I haven't seen it before. And then at the end, I'm just like...
Yeah, the minute I saw that one dude, I was like, oh, he's the rapist. And then I was like, possibly that guy, too. And then they were just gang raping. And I was like, well,
I was right!
I did it! It was pretty good. But I knew that they were going to bring him back to life even before anybody even mentioned bringing him back to life. Like, I was like, oh, they're going to bring him back. Mm-hmm. He's not going to stay dead. They're going to bring him back, and he's going to be like a weird dead zombie guy. And now he's a weird dead zombie guy. It's like Frankenstein's monster. Oh, which we found out is actually named Adam.
Yeah.
After Adam and Eve. And then
he was the first man created.
Yeah, and then we immediately went to Buffy.
Because they had Adam, Frankenstein monster.
On season 4.
But he wasn't the first Frankenstein, because they also had like a really cheap one.
Yeah.
In season 2.
They did.
Also, which isn't one of the better episodes, but I still like it. But
yeah. And then they were going to make a Frankensteinia. They were going to make a Mary Kelly.
Yeah.
Mary Shelley.
They were going to make a bride.
Yeah. Bride of Frankenstein. That's, yes.
Cordelia's head and a dead cheerleader's body.
It's so gross. I don't like anything that has to do with like corpses. It grosses me out something crazy. Like if I'm going to a funeral, I want it to be closed casket. Yeah. I don't want to see.
It's really depressing.
It
I just
is.
Had a close friend pass away. Mm-hmm. And her funeral was really, I mean, it was an upbeat funeral because she was a kind person and everybody loved her, and so everyone was just kind of like laughing and sharing stories. But seeing her in the coffin was just like, it's not the same person.
No.
And like we were up there crying, and one of our friends, our mutual friends, was just like, this isn't the same person.
Yeah.
Because the reason that you have so many fond feelings about her was in her smile and the way she carried herself, and that's not there. So just kind of remember that. That's not.
I mean, the body's just a vessel for. Moving, Yeah. It makes sense.
But yeah. So I think after that, I kind of decided that I do not want an open casket.
Yeah. It scares me for them. It just, I don't know. And I don't like that they have everyone go up to the casket after the funeral.
Yeah.
Like, it freaks me out. I do not like it.
Like, I mean, and I wouldn't mind if, like, it was just a very small group of people that wanted to see the open casket, whatever. Yeah. But, like...
But they want everyone to go up.
I don't want everybody, too, because, like, it was kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's just kind of like, why would you want the memory of your loved one to be for that to be your last memory of them?
Yeah, because, like, they've had chemicals put in them, and they've had death gases build up, so like their face is kind of misshapen, and their body's a little swollen or whatnot. It's not a good thing to remember, and I'm not putting people down that like to have open casket funerals. It's just I like, I think after seeing somebody that I was so close to like that, because I've been to a couple funerals, but like usually it's like older family members that like you've made peace with them dying usually
Right.
by the time they died. But this was somebody that was my age that like I was actually really close to, because I've been to a younger person's funeral before too, but like it was never somebody I was super close to.
Right, exactly.
And so it was just weird.
Yeah. It's just uncomfortable.
It's gonna burn in my memory forever.
Exactly. And that's one of those things that I don't want people's last memory to be that.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, okay, so here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be closed casket. They're not gonna be putting any weird cutty things on me.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna cut me. They're not gonna put any juices in me. And it's, you know, the funeral and the visitation is going to be in one day, and then I'm going to go into a mausoleum, and I will not be in the ground just in case I wake back up, so that I can just push open the coffin, and I'm like, hey, I'm out walking around again. Sup, guys?
I still need to have you watch that YouTube channel. There's this YouTube channel that I've been meaning to show you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called, but I know that the girl, she has like a book and like it's called The Good Death. Her name's Caitlin Doughty or Doty.
Mm-hmm.
And she's about our age. She owns a funeral home in
you told me
California, and she wants to educate people on the things that happen after death and like your options. Like for funerals, you don't have to get embalmed. You can have natural funerals. Like she wants you to be able to understand the positive things that can come from your death,
right?
So that it's not as scary,
right?
And that's like I love her, and she's always like doing videos like educational videos about like famous corpses, like here's what happened to this king when they moved his body from this location to that.
Fascinating.
She's fascinating, and she's like, it's very funny because she's like so peppy and she's happy and she's talking about death and corpses and
Did she ever talk about Rasputin?
I think she has, yeah.
Oh, Rasputin's so freaking cool.
Yeah, but look her up. She's Caitlin Doughty, Good Death. She's on YouTube. She's awesome.
I'm gonna look her up.
Recommend it.
I'm going to look her up myself because morbidity is one of my fascinations.
Yes. But going back to the show.
Oh, but what I was gonna say is I actually think they did a good job with the makeup process that they did. I can't remember his name. I never remember people's names in the first couple episodes.
Oh God, I forget his name too. I think no, it's Kyle. I know his real name is Evan Peters.
Okay, well Kyle. I thought they did a really good job with the makeup on Kyle because they actually had him look more bloated and like I don't know, he just really did look like he was just kind of tied together.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Yeah, they do a really good job on the show. I really like the show. We have talked before about how Erin prefers things to be a little bit more happy, and
a little bit lighter and
family friendly. But this is definitely not that show.
Yeah, it's okay. I watch things that aren't family friendly, but I have to. If I'm watching something that's not family friendly, I have to have a break.
Yeah.
After the non-family friendly with just a bunch of family friendly.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, let's watch Fuller House bingings.
I know. And I know we've talked about shows that have consent issues and rape and stuff, but like I've mentioned on those episodes.
Yeah.
This is the world of horror. It's supposed to be scary and disturbing and not right. And it's never presented in a good way. Like in the first episode, Erin's already watched this, but spoiler alert, Madison gets gang raped, but then she's just like, okay, well, I'm going to murder all of you.
Right.
And she just flips and crushes the bus.
Right. And then the one guy that survives is the one that started the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I knew...
Poison vagina.
I knew that poison vagina was going to go on over there. Now, we figured it out that her vagina is poisonous. And it causes brain hemorrhaging. They don't explain why her vagina causes these things. But we know. It's poisonous. It's like a snake venom.
And that's another reason I like this show, because that's another X-Men parallel. That her storyline is very Rogue.
Oh yeah, and I love Rogue.
Because she
the whole opening scene is literally the whole opening scene of the movie. X-Men with Rogue.
Slightly more graphic. Slightly. It's not even super graphic. It's just
their relationship went further than just making out.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Rogue was just like, I'm just gonna kiss this boy, and immediately he was like, oh god, I'm dying.
Yeah, at least the other boy got to enjoy himself a little before he's like, I'm bleeding! And
he's like, what's wrong with my nose?
My face is bleeding! She just stayed on top of him. She's like, stop! Wake up! Don't bleed!
It was so weird. It's like, get your vagina off of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just move your vagina and maybe he'll stop bleeding.
She didn't know.
She didn't.
She's like, why is he dying?
And she's like, I don't understand why his
Am
whole
I
face is bleeding. What did I do? I pushed some button on the male anatomy that causes hemorrhaging.
I know.
Yeah.
Plus, like, you know, and they had the school for gifted individuals.
Yeah.
And they have the relationship between Cordelia and Fiona is very... I mean, they're mother and daughter. It's not like Magneto and Professor X. But it is still Magneto and Professor X because Cordelia's like, you know, we need to teach them how to blend in society and to live like normal people.
And how to be good.
And Fiona's like, fuck that, they have powers!
Let them use it
to
their advantage.
Which, you know, X-Men is my all-time favorite comic book and superhero team. So
yeah.
That's why I like it. You know?
What was it that I was like... Why didn't... Oh, yeah. There was Precious. When Precious was on there and she got hit in the head, I was like, why didn't she feel it?
Yeah, it's because she has to focus. Like, she has to know something's coming.
Yeah.
Because, like, if she knew someone was behind her and was about to hit her, she could have, like, redirected it. But she didn't.
It sucks. I really like her character, though.
Yeah.
Like, she is super cool.
She is. She's really... Cool.
Like, the fact that she can't feel any pain and she can't get hurt, but she can hurt other people by, like, looking at them.
She can. Like we said, like, she just has to know it's coming.
Well, when she's doing it.
But yeah, she can...
So is it only when it's self-inflicted?
No. She can redirect it if somebody else attacks her. But like I said, she just has to see it coming.
Okay.
So she knows where to, like, kind of redirect the pain.
Well, I have this feeling that, like, Misty is going to be going up against the queen lady. I can't remember her name.
Fiona.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Jessica Lange is going to be going up against Misty because Misty and her daughter, Fiona's daughter, Cordelia, I should remember that name, are they're going to team up against her, and Jessica Lange's going down. Yeah.
What are your predictions?
Well, that was my prediction.
Who do you think is going to be the next Supreme if they get one?
Oh. The next Supreme.
Somebody pooped really bad.
I know, it was Desmond. It is really distracting me right now because it is stanking. It is stanking.
The litter box is like in the next room and the door's open. And one of the cats just went and it's really bad.
They have
rank
really duties. He's on medication for his heart, and it makes his poop smell like absolute death. It's terrible. Ugh. But, so I was thinking that because they keep saying that this girl is the weakest, like the one that can poison people with her vagina.
Yeah.
I was thinking that since they keep saying she's the weakest, that she'll probably be the Supreme, because they're trying to set her up to be the weakling, which she's probably the strongest. Because she does follow her emotions and she does care about people. So you would want her to be the Supreme. Because that's what Cordelia would want. Mm-hmm. So Cordelia's probably going to die at some point as well. So, yeah. But Misty could bring her back.
Yes.
I was really worried when Misty was walking around the back where the morgue was. I was like, are all those dead body parts just going to come back to life?
So funny. And they just come to life like little Muppets, like, hi!
I was picturing them coming back to life and all of them screaming. Like, they're like, oh my god, I'm in pieces!
That would be funny, though. That'd be like the comedy version of it.
Like, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do that. They didn't do that, thankfully, because this is the tame season. This is the tame season.
No, like, if it was, like, one of the darker seasons, it would be like, oh, they all come back to life, and they have chainsaw dicks, and they rape everyone. Pretty much.
That's so terrible. Now, okay, so one of the other seasons had Lady Gaga in it.
Yes.
And I am very fascinated to watch that one, too.
That's one of my other favorite seasons, but like I said, it has the drill penis monster.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be careful with that one.
Do you want to know, like, the basic setup of this season?
Yes, I do, because, well, I know a little bit about it. I know that, like, she's a vampire, she can't bite people, but she can suck the blood through her fingernails or
Not
something?
through her fingernails.
Or she scratches them and then she licks it or something like that.
Pretty much.
Okay, so I know that. But I don't know much else.
Yeah. So basically, it's called Hotel, and it's like the basic theme is like themed after like all the old Hollywood hotels that are supposedly haunted. Mm-hmm. She plays
the Coronado.
Yeah. She plays they call her the Countess because obviously, and she is a vampire. But, like, in the show, vampirism isn't, like, a supernatural thing. It's not like...
You just drink people's blood.
Yeah, you have a disease that makes you immortal, but you have to drink blood. But they don't have fangs, so they have to, like...
Some people.
They have to, like, stab and cut people to get their blood.
Why don't they just go to the blood bank like Angel and Spike did?
Because...
Or why don't they make synthetic blood, like on True Blood?
They don't want to. I don't know. I guess that would be better, but why? Why they wouldn't be glamorous or scary?
What do you mean? Those vampires aren't scary? They're not scary at all.
No, but like it's basically about her running the hotel and feasting upon unfortunate people that go in there, and all of her love trysts, because there's like a couple of hot boys that she ends up making out with, and then they make out with each other. And
are any of them named Alejandro?
No. One is named Valentino.
Oh, it's close. I'll take it. Alejandro.
But like, she makes out with the boys. They make out with each other. That's a bisexuality. That's sexy blood stuff. There's also ghosts in the hotel that some of them are of her victims. They're just like, I hate you for murdering me, and they're just like scowling.
And she's like, suck it. Literally.
Yeah. So
she's a vampire.
It's pretty fun. But it's basically vampire and ghost shenanigans.
So is it pretty much her song Teeth?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the whole season is like a Lady Gaga video because like there's bright colors, there's neon like signs everywhere. Yeah. She's got costume changes like every.
Well, the very
seconds.
beginning of Coven reminded me of Paparazzi.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fascinating.
But I love that season. It's probably one of my favorites.
I like that every season is different, so I don't have to start at the beginning.
You can just choose to. If you're just like, I don't like this theme, you don't have to watch it.
I really like that. Like, I think that is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, this makes it so much easier for me to just jump right in the middle of their show. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have to get caught back up on the people. I know some of the actors kind of reincarnate into this, but, I like that I don't have to be like, now who's this?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I mean, like I said, later on, in like the later seasons, they start having characters from past seasons make cameos. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, oh, well, here's what this person's up to.
Does Schmidt come back?
No, I think he's just raped and dead.
Poor Schmidt. Poor Max Greenwood.
Greenfield.
Yeah. Greenfield? Or Wood? Field?
Yeah, him.
Green. Max Green.
Person.
Greenman.
Green
Max the Greenman.
Green man person.
Max. He's got so many moles. He's got a lot of moles. Yeah. I bet blonde hair just accentuates the moles.
Well, see, he's like this crazy like Billy Idol looking like heroin addict. And like I said, it's like a cameo in the first like 15 minutes.
Sounds like I would enjoy just watching that. Until he was going to get raped, and I would turn it off. I'd be like, Max Greenfield's here! And then I'd be like, oh god, he's gonna get raped! And I'd turn it off.
He's gonna get raped by a drill monster.
This is a terrible thing! Yeah. But I feel like I could handle the Lady Gaga season. Mm-hmm. Like,
it's very sexual though, like I said, because there's lots of blood orgies.
Honey, I watched True Blood.
I know.
Every single episode was just sex with blood coming out of their guts.
I'm so used to like just how sensitive everyone is online now that I'm just like, I'm gonna give you the trigger warnings to everything. Because like I'm not easily triggered, but I know other people can be, and I just want you to know this is what you're getting into.
I'm not easily triggered except for like maybe one or two things, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. Like, for the most part, I'm usually like, what's happening here? Oh. So, I don't know. Yeah. That's usually my reaction to things, is just a bunch of oh my's.
So do you want to hear the rundown of each season?
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll decide if I want to watch it or not.
Alright, so we'll start with season 1. Okay. Season 1's pretty good. It's called Murder House.
Now, that one, in the very beginning, you meet Nan, don't you?
She's not Nan. She's a different character.
No, I know, but I watched the first part of the first episode, and I saw her in the very beginning.
You see her when she's younger.
Yeah.
She's like the next door neighbor. She's, she's got Down syndrome, and her mom is played by Jessica Lange, who's always like, who's treating her like, somebody would treat someone with Down syndrome, and she's just like, I'm okay, Mom. I've had lots of sex. I'm really cool. And she's like, shut up, you stupid little bitch. Because Jessica Lange is just like that in every season.
Because she's Jessica Lange.
But, she's really cool. But the season 1 is called Murder House. Yeah. It's another ghost season. It's basically, it's a family. The girl that plays Violet, she plays the daughter in it. It's a family moves to California for the first time, and they get one of those old Hollywood mansions that is haunted.
Is it the Black Dahlia mansion where she got murdered?
That's
awesome.
That's one of the ghosts there.
Oh, is it the mansion that has the dirt floor in the basement?
I don't know if there's a dirt floor. It's been a while.
Because they think they figured out who murdered her.
Well,
so that would be cool if they
in American Horror
it.
Story. I mean, you see who murdered her. It's like one of the ghosts that are also in the mansion. But like they deal with a bunch of different ghosts. Like there's one played by Evan Peters, who's Kyle.
Yeah.
He plays her love interest again, but he's the ghost of the next door neighbor who he's kind of like a parallel to the Columbine shooter.
Oh.
Like so
I could see
he's
this.
actually like a crazy like school shooter, but like they play it up like he's just like this innocent like I'm a teenage boy.
So later on you find out.
Yeah, and then she falls in love with them, and then she has to figure out if she's willing, because like he's a ghost now and he's trying to deal with like what he's done.
So it's like Casper.
Yeah.
Where Christina Ricci's like, oh snap, you're very attractive.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's R-rated Casper, kind of. And then like there's other ghosts, like there's a gay couple that lives in the house that are trying to, because the mom character's pregnant. They're like, I want that baby.
What?
So they're just like, I'm going to steal your baby so that we can have a gay family in the afterlife.
Oh.
Which doesn't bother me, like, because the show is run by gay people. Like, there's lots of gay characters that pop up all over the place. So it's not like one of those things where the only gay people are evil.
Right, which is good.
But it's Zachary Quinto. I don't know if you remember who that is.
Yes, I know who he is.
He's one of the gay couple.
He's Spock, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's one of the gay couple. He's pretty much the bitchy evil one. Like, I'm going to steal your baby.
It's his eyebrows.
Yeah, and then what's his face? Is it Dermot Mulroney or Dylan McDermott?
Dylan McDermott.
Whatever. He's the dad on the show.
He has a really sordid past. Do you know anything about his past?
I'm sure there's lots of sex and drugs and stuff.
I think it was his mom. His mom was murdered.
Oh.
In front of him. Yeah. I think it's him. I'm going to double check this just to...
Well, anyway, he plays the dad on the show. And, there's another ghost in the house. It's, a French maid who, when women see her, they see this, old lady.
Oh.
But when men see her, she's, this little porn star. She's got a tiny skirt on. She's like, just bending over to clean your house.
Pardon me?
So whenever she's flirting with him...
Yeah.
the women walk in, they're like, why are you staring at the little old lady like that?
It's so they don't get in trouble.
Pretty much, yeah.
For her being a hot chick.
But,
Yeah. So, yeah, his, Dylan's mom was murdered by her gangster boyfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, right in front of him. I wanted to make sure that I was correct. I was thinking of the right person. Yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy, and that sucks. But anyway, continue.
But that's season 1.
Yeah.
So does that sound like a fun season?
That season, I think, could scare me.
Mm-hmm.
Because ghost stuff tends to scare me. Real-lifey ghosty things don't really scare me. Portrayed ghosts on TV do.
It's kind of hard to describe because it's not I wouldn't say it's abnormal. It's kind of, the ghosts are portrayed kind of just like annoying evil people that are just in your house. Like, you can see them. It's not like spooky shit. It's like stuff is moving by itself. It's just like, why are you in my house? Leave. And they're like, no.
Okay.
You know? So
well, then I might be able to handle that one then.
So it's kind of like that. I mean, there is lots of blood and gore. They do a flashback to the school shooting, and it's very graphic. So that's one thing that a lot of people don't like. I can see why people wouldn't want to watch that.
Yeah.
Especially given everything going on now. But,
right.
But yeah.
I don't know. I would have to think about that season because
I like it. I think it's one of the better seasons.
I'm on the cusp of a yes. Like, I'm looking at the line, but I'm like, do I want to jump it? I don't know. I don't know.
So season 2 is called Asylum. It's set in the 60s.
I was wondering
60s
if they had a mental asylum
70s.
at some point.
Asylum is a lot of people's favorite season. It's not mine because I feel like they do too much.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's set in the 60s/70s. The main character is a reporter named Lana Winters, played by the girl that is Cordelia, Sarah Paulson.
Okay. She has a cute little face, by the way.
I love her. She's so funny too. But she's a lesbian in the 60s. Like, she's trying to hide her relationship.
Yeah.
Like.
Does she get put into the mental asylum because of it? Oh.
So basically what happens is she's a reporter and she hears that all like this crazy abuse is going on in the mental asylum.
Yeah.
So she infiltrates the mental asylum. But then they catch her and they find out that she's a lesbian. They're like, well, this is all we need to keep you in here for life.
Ugh, that's terrible.
So, you know, she gets tortured and stuff. And there's a lot of side stories involving like Nazis and demons and angels and zombies and aliens. Like I said, too much.
Yeah.
It's the main storyline with Lana is good.
Yeah.
Everything else is just like, what the
It just sounds like they were like, let's throw some other stuff in here.
I know, exactly. And like there's a through line because like it fast forwards every now and then to present day.
Yeah.
Because there's a serial killer called Bloodyface. And he's killing people in the past.
Okay, hold on. So there's a serial killer. There's an insane asylum.
Yes.
There's ghosts. There's
not ghosts.
Demons.
There's not ghosts.
There's
but
not
there
ghosts.
are demons.
There's demons. There's angels. There's aliens.
There's possibly. They never explain it. They're just like, there's lights, and this guy thinks he got abducted.
What?
But I don't know. There's a Nazi doctor that's doing experiments.
That sounds crazy.
There's possibly zombies in the woods. They never show them. They're just like, people are eating things in the woods.
Hold on. So is this... Okay, so this all takes place at the asylum, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this is just stuff the people at the asylum are seeing.
It's possible because...
And it's not actually happening.
Because the character that has the alien storyline, it's Evan Peters again.
Kyle.
He's like a young, like 20-year-old man who was in an interracial relationship at the time. Like, he married a black woman.
Right.
And I think this is the very first episode. So I think she gets murdered or something. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But then they blame him for it.
What?
And then, but like he remembers seeing like flashing lights before she like ended up disappearing or dead.
Yeah. And
so throughout the whole story, he's just kind of like remembering stuff like maybe there was aliens. I don't know. Oh, but he also gets experimented on. So like it pays us its mind.
Oh.
Like I said.
So it could, the reason why all that is happening could definitely be the patients there are like, oh wow, look at all this stuff I'm seeing. And so you're just seeing everything the patients are seeing.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, they try to escape the asylum, and they're like, there's zombie monsters in the woods, they're eating things! And they're like, let's run back!
There was a book that I had that was called Feast, and it was in an asylum that this guy went to, and they were like, make sure you don't go outside. There's cannibals out there. And I was like, So it sounds a lot like that.
Yeah. People rave about this season. I liked it, but it's too much.
Yeah.
You know?
It sounds like you were having my problem where I'm just like, there's nothing of normalcy happening.
There's too much happening right now. Yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to be scared of.
Yeah, I have to have normalcy in order for me to feel connected to a show. Just like a little smidge of it. Doesn't have to be huge, but I'd like enough where I'm like, oh yeah, I get what's happening here, you know? I can relate.
Yeah.
Not, oh wow, look at all those zombies. And aliens. And angels and demons.
And Nazi doctors.
And Nazi doctors.
And Bloody Face Killer.
That's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Like I liked it, but like I said, it's too much, and I was just like, this is ridiculous.
I tend to steer clear of zombies anyway.
Well, that's the thing. They don't show them. It's just like, maybe there's zombies in the woods. Because, like, they show, like, shadows running around in the woods. And then, like, it's implied because, like, the Nazi doctor is, like, bringing out little buckets of, like, meat to them. And then he brings it back the next day. But they never show them.
Interesting.
So it's just like,
well, what if the actual zombie creatures are just people that they experimented on for too long?
Probably. I don't know. Yeah. I was confused.
And it's kind of like the Wrong Turn movie with Eliza Dushku, where it's just like people that like to eat people.
Yeah.
They're like, human flesh, please.
Long story short, it's not one of my favorite seasons, but everyone else loves it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that one. That one doesn't sound like something I would enjoy.
Okay. Season 3, it's Coven.
Enjoying that one right now.
Season 4, I have not watched. Just kind of FYI.
Okay.
It's called Freak Show. It's circus themed. A lot of people like that.
I don't.
I've seen bits and pieces. The main villain is basically this flamboyant rich boy who's
Hugh Jackman.
No.
from The Greatest Showman.
No, he's basically. I mean, he's kind of gay, kind of not, because he does have.
Oh, so he's
a
Zac
gay
Efron.
Relationship. I don't know. I haven't seen this movie either. but yeah. Then there's a killer clown called Twisty.
Nope, hard pass. You don't even have to go any further. That is a hard pass from me. I do not like killer clowns.
Apparently, like, you know, it's like the story between all the freaks is very sweet because they're like a family. But then, of course, like a lot of them get murdered.
See, yeah, no. See, I always get really attached to the freaks, and I'm always like, I want to be friends with them. And then if something happens to them, I always get really upset. So I think I'm hard passing.
Kathy Bates plays the bearded lady. Angela Bassett plays a woman with 3 boobs.
Oh, this makes it difficult now.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not scared of clown stuff or circus stuff. I don't know. For some reason, I just never really got into the idea of this season, so I just never watched it. I've watched every other season.
I don't really care for the whole freaks thing. I know that happened historically, but I just don't really like it. I don't know. I guess it just bothers. I'm too sensitive for that. That's one of my triggers. I'm too sensitive for it. Just too sensitive.
Too sensitive for the circus.
Too much. Nope. Mean to animals, mean to people. Not gonna do it.
Season 5 is the Lady Gaga season. I pretty much already gave you the rundown.
Yeah, which I want to watch.
Season 6 is my other favorite season.
Okay.
It's called Roanoke. And it's kind of weird, but it's really kind of interesting. The first 5 episodes, it's 10 episodes. Mm-hmm. The first 5 episodes are filmed like one of those reality ghost shows where, you know, they have the people telling the story.
Yeah.
And then they have dramatic reenactments of it.
Yeah.
So there's 2 versions of each character.
What?
There's the real version and there's the dramatic reenactment version.
Cool.
And like Sarah Paulson, who plays Cordelia Fox.
Yeah.
She plays the dramatic reenactment version of the main female character.
Yeah.
And the girl that plays Misty Day plays her real character.
Cool.
So it's switching back and forth between like her telling like this ghostly shit happened at my house.
That's so cool.
and then like it shows Sarah Paulson doing the real stuff.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I have like that celebrity ghost stories.
Yeah.
I watch those suckers like nobody's business or like my ghost story's real.
Yeah.
Those is it like this?
That's exactly what it is.
So cool.
So the first 5 episodes is that. It's them it's telling the story of how they moved to Roanoke, Virginia, to this old mansion.
Yeah.
And like it was haunted because it was haunted by the lost colony of Roanoke.
Interesting.
Who's just like these crazy ghosts in the woods that are like constantly like abducting and killing people. And so like it's her and Cuba Gooding Jr. plays the reenactment version of the husband, and there's another actor that plays the real life him. So they're an interracial couple too. So there's like that, and Angela Bassett plays his sister.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I would watch that one. That one sounds fascinating.
And then the second 5 episodes is basically It's set after the first 5 episodes where...
Is it what happens next?
Yeah, it's what happens next. So
Nice.
basically what happens is the first 5 episodes became a super popular TV show.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, we have to capitalize on this, you guys.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So they're just like, okay, well, we're going to do a sequel reality show where we
stay at your house. And
Yeah, they take the real people and the actors and they put them all together in like a Big Brother style in the house, the real house.
Oh!
And of course, everything goes exactly as you would think it.
Terribly.
Terribly.
Oh, does it turn into like a House on Haunted Hill situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's one of my favorite seasons.
Okay, I feel like I could handle that
It's
one.
really...
Because I like House on Haunted Hill, so... And I watch those celebrity ghost shows all the time, so... That one I think I could handle.
When it was airing, because like I watched it live on TV, like usually I just binge most of them, but this one I watched live on TV, it was hard to get into when you're watching.
Yeah.
Because like it was like one of those shows that was kind of meant to be binged.
Right.
But like watching it all in one setting or like a little bit at a time or whatever, like just so you can watch a bunch of episodes at a time, it's really good.
Okay. That one I can handle. Well, I think I can. We'll give it a go. That one I feel pretty good about. I feel confident about that one. Lady Gaga one.
And Lady Gaga's in that too.
Oh, she's in that one too?
She has a small part. She plays, she's one of the dramatic reenactors because one of the plot points is that there's also a witch that lives in the woods.
And it's her.
And it is her.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that they reuse the characters. I like that a lot.
Well, see, that's one of the fan theories.
Yeah.
Is because they've said they're only going to have 9 seasons.
Yeah.
And so what they're saying is that the actors are actually real people that have died, and each season is a different circle of hell, and they have to relive these terrible things over and over again.
Oh, man, that would suck.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And there's 9 circles of hell. There's going to be 9 seasons.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. And then the last season that just aired, it's a political season.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I liked it, but I can see why people don't.
Yeah.
Because it's called Cult. It's about cults, basically.
Is Charles Manson in it?
Charles Manson is in it, but what the main storyline is about...
Is there Kool-Aid?
There is Kool-Aid at one point. The main storyline is about kind of the dissension that's in America right now, where like, you know, Trump won and people are scared, and like it's taking this idea of like extremist people that are using the fear that everybody has and turning it on people and trying to control everybody through, you know, fear.
Oh,
so
the media.
Yeah. So basically this character starts a cult, and they do dress like clowns. So, just saying that.
That's yucky.
They dress like clowns, but they start like murdering people throughout the town just so they can kind of manipulate the media and start scaring people into following their ideology. And then there's flashbacks to like different cults throughout time, like the Manson family.
Sweet.
And,
did you know that I used to have nightmares about the Manson family before I did any research about the Manson family?
I mean, probably.
Like, it's interesting. I used to have this nightmare of me living on this ranch, and everyone around me was doing drugs, and there was this like light-haired, it's like he's kind of like a sandy brown haired guy with blue eyes, and he's the last thing I remember, and nothing scary was going on, but I was always scared.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I was. And
it's a cult.
Exactly. Then in high school I did that Helter Skelter thing. You were in the class with about Charles Manson and the Beatles and how they work together to make the Manson cult on accident. Well, Charles wasn't on accident, but the Beatles were.
Yeah.
But whenever I was going through the Helter Skelter book, I was looking at all the different members of the Manson family, and I was like, oh my F, that's that dude from my dream. So he was just right there on the paper, and I was like, did I have a premonition about him, or was I remembering a past life? What's happening here? It was interesting. It was interesting.
Yeah. But that season's, it's also very political. They talk a lot about real life politics. So like,
that might drive me crazy.
It is very, very real. And like, it's not supernatural either. Everything is like just real life people.
Being awful,
killing each other, politically. It's
like
a political drama with murder.
It's like season 6 of Buffy.
Yeah.
Where everything, well, not political, but everybody's like, got their own demons going on, but it's just personal demons and human.
It's more just like a manipulation game. Mm-hmm. But I liked it. I don't think I would watch it again.
Yeah. See, I don't really like political things, and usually I just kind of turn them off anyway. Mm-hmm. So I probably wouldn't like that one. Mm-hmm. So okay, I'm gonna say Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this one we're watching now, Coven.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna say the ghost one.
The Roanoke.
Yeah, Roanoke. I'm gonna say those three. I think will work very well for me. Mm-hmm. The second season?
That's Asylum.
Yeah, the second season could possibly work for me. No. That's the one with too much.
That's the one with too much.
That's the one with too much. What was the fourth season? I'm missing one.
That's Freak Show. That's also, you said no.
Oh, yeah, because it's got the killer clown.
Murder House is what you're talking about, I think.
Is it Murder House?
Yeah, because it's just the ghosts. It's just like a ghost drama with some occasional murder.
That one is a possibility. That one's a possibility. Oh, that's the first season, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's a possibility. So there are 4 seasons that I could potentially watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to give it a go. We'll see how this one goes for me, because right now I'm totally loving it.
Yeah.
Because it's straight up a lot of my interests. Mm-hmm. It's very focused on female energy and witches and the Salem witch trial and voodoo and all that stuff. And I think that stuff's so fascinating. I actually found out, I was telling Travis this earlier, I actually found out that my great, I don't know how many greats, but grandfather was put on trial for being a witch in Salem, which is super cool.
Probably not for him, but
no, definitely not for him. So John Alden came over on the Mayflower. It was his son, and he was caught giving weapons to the Native American tribes around the area, and the settlers did not like that. So they were like, he's a witch! He's a witch! Only a witch would want to help the Native Americans! Savages! How dare they! How dare he! Yeah. So they put him in jail, and my great whatever busted on out. He broke out of jail. Yeah, he moving on out. He busted out of jail, hid out in New York until the trials had calmed down and they all realized they were being absolutely nutballs. And then he came back in town. He was pardoned.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he survived?
He survived.
That's rare.
Isn't that rare? Like, if he hadn't survived, I wouldn't be here, so. Yay for busting out of jail!
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of family history for me where they get jailed and then they bust on out for doing things that...
That's what you gotta do.
I know.
You're never gonna be alive until you go to jail and then bust out.
I know, right? But it's always been like them, like my ancestors trying to help the quote-unquote little guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they go to jail for it, so...
Dang it.
I know, right? So I'm like, But I'm glad he didn't get killed, because then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be alive, so whoop, whoop, whoop. Good job. What was his name?
Going to jail.
John Alden's son? I don't remember his name.
The only person that we researched on my side was my family line of Lafferty's.
Right.
And I'm descended from a bunch of whores named Ralph.
That had 5 wives, and we were like, whoa!
Like 23 children.
Yes! Yeah. That was a lot!
Irish people are potent.
Yeah.
It's all those potatoes.
Oh, dang.
Starch.
Oh, dang. Yeah, and then I was also telling Travis earlier about a great ex-grandfather that was, well, Lady Godiva is in my family. And so is Queen Elizabeth I, which is super cool. But one of my great whatever grandfathers was he was the keeper of the peace to Henry VII, and he was like his most trusted ally, and he was a spy for the Scottish people because he wanted the Scottish people to have their own little uprising because he was tired of the British people enslaving them. And then he got caught and taken to the Tower of London and beheaded. It was pretty great.
Presumably after he had children.
After he had children, because, I wouldn't be here again. But yeah, fascinating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like finding out about these people. Like, I'm like, cool.
They have been obsessed with Ancestry.com for the last couple of weeks.
We have been! And I think it's because, like, we got a 2-week free trial for the World Traveler thing. And my pawpaw's side of the family has so many, like, twists and turns in it. And, like, there are people in there that we have no idea who they are or where they go next, and I actually got to solve that entire mystery because of it, so I'm like, this is great. I love Ancestry.com.
Yeah, the last time I was over here, Mitch came home from work, he was like, I found out so many new lines about my family. I was like, wow.
Yeah, but it's really funny because Mitch and I were talking about this. Us following the ancestor line is literally us just finding out who did it with who. That's it.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. Which person did it with this person? Oh, they did it. So, yeah. We're just following their hibbity lines.
Hibbity bibbity.
That's what they should change their website to.
Hibbitybibbity.com.
Hibbitybibbity.com. Follow your ancestors. But anyway.
I think that would confuse some old people.
It really would. They'd be like, I don't know how to use this.
What is this hibbity bibbity?
What's
how
hibbity
do you spell
bibbity
it?
mean?
Is it bibbity bobbity boo?
Is this a witch? Is there a witch here?
Which goes back to the season that we're watching.
Oh, no! Yeah. But my ancestors actually works with this as well. Because they were tried as a witch in Salem. And that's apparently on Coven where it all starts. Mm-hmm. Because they were taking stuff from the voodoo people.
Oh, no. And they have a rivalry now. The Salem witches and the voodoo witches. They
Yeah.
don't like each other.
They don't. And they're just, like, meeting in alleys and snapping and dancing and...
They kind of do sometimes, though. Because the voodoo witches are all, like, they're doing their little voodoo dances.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with that. I am.
It happens.
But yeah, I want to end this podcast because I want to go watch another episode.
Hooray!
Yeah, that's right!
We worked it back to witches.
We did.
Somehow.
That's what we do. Because I am a witchy woman.
Is that Fleetwood Mac?
No, that's the Eagles.
That's the other band that I grew up with. Because my dad was super into folksy rock music, so it was Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles.
There you go.
Was all the time. By the way,
yes.
First episode of Hotel ends with Hotel California.
Last thing I remember. When I was little, I put a parallel between that song and Beauty and the Beast. Because
you just can't tame the beast.
You just, you stab them with their stealing eyes and you just can't kill them, man.
Yeah.
Can't kill that mother effer. And you can't leave. Because all the clocks and the people that were alive are now just sitting in there.
To be fair, the song is called Hotel California, not Castle in France.
That and They picked it up. They did what Madonna did. They brought the castle over to the United States. And that's where they reside now. Thank you.
You're going to do an updated version of Beauty and the Beast where it's Hotel California based?
Yes, I am. No, I'm not. And then also, we'll do an update about how Gaston is a douche.
I mean, he is a douche, but
He's better than the Beast, though.
He is still better than the Beast.
The Beast sucks. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this podcast, please rate us on iTunes. Rate us on Facebook.
We're on Spotify.
Yeah.
We're on Tumblr. You can follow our Tumblr. I don't think we have any followers, but some people really like the Mythical podcast on Tumblr.
Really?
Yeah, because I tagged it cryptids, and people were like, I like cryptids! I reblogged it. So it's like, yeah.
We need to do some more weird stuff then, because I got loads of it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Let me pull some stuff about Maenads out of my pocket right now. No, I'm just kidding. We can't do that because this is about Coven. But anyway,
she just pulled lint.
I did pull lint out of my pants and now I'm playing with it. But okay, guys. Well, thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this amazing, stupendous episode of
The Nerdy 30s.
Featuring
Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Witchy woman.
That's not Stevie Nicks.
No.
Yeah.